Right, anyway, let's focus on the sport, shall we? Marcus Rashford told talkSPORT's very own Henry Winter that he's ready for a new challenge after being asked about his future at the club. His manager Ruben Amorim's press conference yesterday for the Spurs game in the League Cup tonight was dominated about questions now for Marcus Rashford and put on a slightly different spin on Ruben Amorim.
I think he's right. We have here a new challenge. It's a tough one. For me, it's the biggest challenge in football because we are in a difficult situation, and I already said that this is one of the biggest clubs in the world. So this is really a new challenge and the biggest one. And I hope all my players are ready for this new challenge.
Ruben Amorim there, 81089 is the text number. A lot of you are actually having your say on Marcus Rashford, saying it is time to go. Gabby mentioned earlier on that Rashford would be fuming that he was left out of the derby. Some people saying just because you're a local lad doesn't give you that right to start in that game. And it was a good result for Manchester United all the same. Here to talk about it in more detail is talkSPORT reporter and Man United fan, big Angelina Kelly. How are you?
I'm alright. I would just like a normal week. No United drama, just 1 week.
I think talkSPORT listeners would like that too.
Yeah.
But this is like a juicy story, to be fair, because yes. I feel like Marcus Rashford has now made his bed and now he's going to lie in it, and I think it is now. It's where he's going to be. His future is now.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's one of those, no real United fan, especially like being from Manchester, no one wants to hate on Marcus Rashford. Everyone wants to see him do well, but there comes a point where enough is enough. This has been going on for too long. For me, for him to come out and do that interview, which I think, not an issue with Henry Winter or anything like that, but to come out and do an interview like that, I know that the timing of it was supposed to be before the derby, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do with him being dropped, so I'm not too sure. But for me, I don't think he should wear a United shirt again. It's really, really, really upset me, him doing that, because I just think no player is bigger than the club. And the way that he has not spoken to Ruben Amorim, this new manager's come in and he's pretty much disrespected him at every single chance he's got. You've got your new boss coming in, you decide to go to America. Fair enough, maybe that was cleared by somebody else, but then you're clearly doing something that this guy doesn't like as to why you were dropped. I don't think Amorim's the type to just wake up one day and think, oh yeah, just fancy dropping him. Clearly something has gone on. And for me, if you're going to go against the club that has given you, fair enough, he gets a lot of stick, but the club that's given you everything, that's given you this career, that's given you this platform, for you to go against the club and speak out without even consulting your manager, for me, you shouldn't be playing again. I don't want to see him play again. I think it's done now.
Oh, strong thoughts, Angelina.
I can see your frustration as a Manchester United fan. I just feel that what he's not helped himself with Rashford is that, now you're in a predicament of the club's going to have to pay big money for you because he's 27 years of age, 4 years left on your contract. He's not going to take...
Who realistically is going to buy him?
Exactly. What would Manchester United want for him as well? I said 70. I still think at 27, what he's got, his attributes, you're not going to sell him on the cheap.
Yeah. This is the thing, and it's a shame because when you look at his stats, that kind of 19-20 season,
yes,
you compare it to the stats of this season, he's completely dropped off. I don't know if people are talking about, off the pitch, mentally, etc., and they're all valid points, but, he had that back injury that he kind of played through. Maybe it's a case of he's just not as good as he was. I'm not too sure.
But let's be honest, though, this has been in the making for the last couple of years. We've been talking about this for 2 years. He should go PSG. Sometimes a change for the club, a change for the player is the best thing.
It's classic Man United, though. I mean, how many players have stayed at the club that shouldn't? And I think as much as, I'm frustrated with Marcus Rashford and I'm upset about it, you also have to look at the club and, I don't think they've protected their asset very well.
Jason Cundy made a really good point in the Sports Bar the other night that he felt that the club had also let Marcus Rashford down. You can't look at really any player since Fergie left the club and said, oh, they've flourished. They've been great individually and they've had big moves since. Okay, Bruno Fernandes, but he's frustrating at the best of times anyway. But he'll always give you 100%. Marcus Rashford is one of many players who has struggled, at Manchester United. But I feel doing this interview with a journalist without speaking to your manager, you're left out of the squad, you're making your way back in, you reportedly call in sick on a Monday, you do the interview Tuesday, you're out the squad Wednesday, You've made your bed, now he has to lie in it.
He knows exactly what that looks like. And for me, if it is mutual and Man United don't really want him there, he doesn't really want to be there, why have you come out and done this? I just think PR-wise as well, it's just not the best look, because for fans everywhere, but for local Manchester fans, you're thinking, mate, what are you doing?
Do you know what as well? I feel that like when you're in that bubble as a player, you don't think of the future. I didn't at times. Then when you retire and you're 4, 5, 6 years after retiring, he's the sort of player that will really regret what he's done. He will look back and think, oh, I left Manchester United. You know, I've done that interview. I went to 3, 4, 5 years at another club. Didn't really work. I could have been a legend of legends at Manchester United. I could have gone for Rooney's record or whatever as Manchester United's leading goal scorer. He's going to regret what he's done for sure.
And you know what? He's probably getting absolutely the worst advice ever.
Yes.
Because if you are protecting him and he needs protected, you would never have let him give this chat to Henry Winter, as much as we all love Henry, and what a job he's done. It's
fantastic.
It's a great.
What does he go for then? What do you reckon? How much does he go for?
I don't know, but I don't even know when he would go.
27,
because
4 years left, 3.5 years left.
I agree, you would look at something like 70, but the thing for me is, I don't think he's going to go in January, because clubs, if you sign a player in January, you're signing them because you want them to be impactful immediately. They're going to hit the ground running. Unless you're a club that, I don't know, are looking at it maybe from a PR perspective, or I'm not too sure, but a club that really needs someone that's going to hit the ground running, he's not going to give you that.
I know. And that's the thing. Like,
it's just
you
in
look at like
limbo now.
Jadon Sancho, and I'm like, has he still got a Jadon Sancho opportunity to go to the likes of Chelsea?
I think he has.
And do well. You do.
Think he has.
He's got.
Or could he go on like a loan with a view to a permanent?
He's got to.
Or will it end up being like a Jesse Lingard situation?
You never know. You just never know. Listen,
Sad
we're doing exactly what Amorim didn't want to do at the press conference yesterday, and we're talking about Marcus Rashford. Huge game for Manchester United tonight, travelling to Spurs for the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. Angelina Kelly, you're working again
Sad
tonight in this game.
for Rashford. It's a shame, because like, I'm a local lad, loved Villa, ups and downs. There's sometimes you regret things when you retire, and I think he's going to regret this. Manchester United, second biggest club in the world after Real Madrid, and you're coming out with a press conference, an interview saying you want a new challenge. Like, the challenge is there, like the manager's saying.
When you've got a new manager,
do you know what I mean? The
challenge
is there. There's nowhere he's going to go bigger than Manchester United.
It's hard to defend him now, and I think we have for quite some time. Angelina Kelly, as ever, thank you very much. Don't forget talkSPORT's YouTube channel for Inside Devils, your essential roundup of all the latest Manchester United news and views. Go there for all of the latest with Angelina and co. Coming up next, we're going to turn our attention to Newcastle and whether a semi-final in the Carabao Cup is the minimum this club should be aiming for.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.